prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as... Look at the shields on the Martin.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take him!
How's it going, everybody? We're back. This is Pain User.
And this is HD.
And we got game 4 of this series in the grand finals of IPL 2 between White Raw and Nerchio. Nerchio going to be spawning in the top right-hand corner as our red Zerg. The map is Tal Darim Altar. These two are set to go head-to-head. White Raw spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. He's going to be our blue Protoss for this evening. And wow. These past games have been intense. Nerchio taking that last game in a pretty intense display of macro where he just started pouring on the hurt with an attack and just didn't let up. He just kept going.
I know, man. He never let it off. You even called it the Sauron Zerg, and then I started singing about Michael Jordan and Space Jam. I don't know how those two things are related, but sometimes the HD-isms come out, as you like to call it.
I love the HD-isms, man. I'm gonna write a list one of these days and compile all of them.
Oh yeah,
actually,
well,
we're gonna
do some
work.
Taylorisms then.
There are Taylorisms.
Oh, there are many Taylorisms.
You just gotta catch me, man. You gotta catch me at the right time.
I just don't want to put you on the spot, my friend.
Oh, I would never do that to you, HD. I love you too much.
I love you even more, man.
Is he gonna go for hatch first?
I don't know. I don't think you can hatch first against Protoss. However, it is Tal Darim Altar. You can if the Protoss scouts the wrong way first, and it looks like White Raw did.
Ooh,
but there
White Raw
going down.
is sending out that second probe that we see a lot of players doing this day and age, and he actually sent it around the drone to the left of the Xel'Naga, and what a brilliant move from White Raw there. He might be able to sneak this drone into the natural here, and he could potentially get a wall up, preventing Nerchio from getting out and drop a cannon behind, which will delay that natural expansion by quite a bit. Whether or not he goes for that is entirely up to him.
It's really hard to do considering Nerchio's already got the pool up, and the Zerglings will probably be coming out along with the Queen in a couple moments. White Raw he could throw up some pylons and maybe even throw up some gateways here if he wanted to do the ultimate cheese. Doesn't look like he will, however. Nerchio flipping the script a little bit, gonna try to block the Nexus with his very own drone, and White Raw, on the meantime, just doing a little bit of scouting, and he's been a gangster, has stolen 5 minerals from the natural of Nerchio.
Every little bit counts, especially at this level. It's just extra annoying. Oh, that probe getting down to 3 hit points. Is he gonna bring the other probe over? No, he's gonna get that Nexus down, not too worried about it. Had a small window of opportunity there to maybe kill that scouting drone, but not a big deal, doesn't really matter, and he's gonna keep that other probe on the far side of the map at that northern Xel'Naga tower, maybe to bring
really
that
smart.
back later, possibly build a pylon.
Not only that, but it's really smart because in this early stage of the game, control of this tower gives you vision of all the units that may try to run up on the northern edge. And if you can control this tower as well, you get full vision of everything going on between the two players.
It does indeed give you full vision of the map, and that's very important.
Random fact 101.
It's very important. Well, like you said, in the early portions of the game, it's super important because any potential rush or anything of that nature, some random pylons going up, proxy pylons, anything like that.
And not just that, but also if the drone decides to take the short route to go for the third expansion, the probe will see it as well. However, wow, nice move by Nerchio. Nerchio was looking to grab the hatchery, and he just juked the probe by a hair right there, and he's going to get that hatchery down, man.
Yeah, he's saving up right now for enough to eventually get that down, and taking a very, very quick third. I'm surprised he's actually not working those rocks down and going for the safe expansion. It's just a little bit risky to take that far expansion. You never know. White Raw might send out a probe, and wow, look at that brilliant move from White Raw right there. The probe getting chased back as he sends out another one over to the fort.
No!
I don't think they'll get in.
Nerchio gets one Zergling in here. That's actually really good.
That is good. He can get some vital scouting info if he's able to sneak into the main
And I think he will be able to sneak into the main. Not a single gateway unit on the floor right now. And Nerchio gets a full scout off, sees a double gas going down, very indicative of a Stargate. And there's the Stargate.
Oh my god, White Raw with that sneaky special tactics probe is going to get into the third and find out exactly what Nerchio is up to. And he pulls it away very, very quickly there. Did Nerchio see it? I think he did. He's going to send that to the back. So
yeah, Nerchio also showing a very high level of awareness here, realizing there could be a second probe coming out, and he kills off the probe that was constructing the pylon. White Ra's special tactics.
Is he going to let it is he just going to let it build here?
Possibly.
There is no
there we go.
He doesn't have enough warp gates to support any kind of a push like that.
Nerchio's gonna lose the Overlord here, Pain User. He really could have just scooted on over to this ledge. A lot of pro players have been using that, and unfortunately, he's not.
Yeah, well, he will lose that initial Overlord, but
he gets a scout on the Stargate.
He did see the Stargate, although the Stargate is very close to the front. He probably could have spotted that with a Ling at the front door or something along those lines. And no Void Ray or Phoenix yet from White Raw. He's going to open with a Phoenix, so now we do have that Phoenix on the way, and he's also following that up with a Robo, so getting much earlier Colossus this game.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. All the games so far, we've seen him go for that really, really fast Stargate play. However, in this game, the map is very, very wide. On top of that, I just don't feel like Stargate units are as effective on this map. I mean, if you look here, the natural and the main are very close together, easily defendable with queens and spore crawlers, and I just feel like going for the faster Colossus play may be the right unit to go with, especially considering if you get Colossus up chilling right here, and you get a unit to spot the high ground, the laser beams can start hitting the drones as well.
Well, it's a good thing that Colossus can see the high ground, so he can snipe the drones from behind the mineral line there.
Sometimes we forget.
But I couldn't agree with you more. That position below the natural is the sweet spot on this map. It's just absolutely essential in almost every matchup.
Yeah.
You see Terran players putting siege tanks there, bunkering it up, taking control of that area however possible, especially against Zerg, and Colossus can also get into that sweet spot and do some serious damage. What a crazy proxy position from Nerchio. I doubt that's going to get scouted, but if it does, he's going to have to run a queen all the way over there and drop a creep tumor.
I highly doubt it is going to get scouted as well, Pain
I'm
User.
surprised he didn't go for that sentry.
Yeah, well, he's going to get a couple Zerglings in here, and he's going to see the robotic support base, so all suspicions confirmed. There are quick Colossus on the way, and I actually really like this because Nerchio went for the Spire first, and I think his Mutalisk may come as a huge surprise. And look how many probes are actually pulling off the line to deal with these Zerglings as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of probes right there. And the Zergling's still harassing in the main right now. Going to continue to... and that Stalker will clean them up. So White Raw now just scouring the map with those Phoenix, going to take back control of those Xel'Nagas. Nope, he's just going to fly right over those Zerglings and not worry about it too much. And if you see that Zergling, it's really well hidden right there. Actually, a little bit under the Xel'Naga almost, making it very difficult to spot. And we do have an Overseer down in the bottom left-hand corner, just kind of hanging out for now.
And the Spire has now finished. However, not a single Mutalisk in production, nor a Corruptor. There is +1 weapons on the way, and I was really curious if Nerchio was going to try to go for some kind of a 3-base Muta attack, and he will. He's making 7 Mutalisks right now, Pain User, and I really like this. This is going to give him the possibility to surprise White Ra, because, Mutalisks are very unexpected, especially considering White Ra's gone Phoenix. However, when you look at the flip side of things, Phoenix are so good against Mutalisks. I can't help but feel that this may be a bit of a build order blunder.
Yeah, they're phenomenal against Mutas, but he is sacrificing several of those Phoenix right now just to get a few drone kills. I don't know if that was worth it at all.
Yeah.
Gonna lose 2 Phoenix right there, in lieu of taking out a couple drones, but...
What really matters is the fact that his Phoenix number was depleted when he's got to deal with Mutas.
Absolutely. The Phoenix are gonna be so essential in holding off this Mutalisk attack here, and he's just going with some mass Mutalisk tactics here.
Really surprising.
White Raw now has a beautiful Sim City over at the third. He has that almost completely walled off, and he does have some cannons there as well. And he's continuing to build on his Phoenix numbers, and that could prove to be a disaster for our Zerg player here.
Nerchio,
Can Nerchio deal with that with these Mutalisk numbers? It's almost counterintuitive to continue to produce Mutas here, unless he has some sort of a strategy to start whittling down the Phoenix numbers. He can't just go mass on mass.
I almost feel like he thinks that his Mutalisks were well hidden, that his Mutalisks haven't been revealed yet, and that he's hoping that White-Ra is going to stop the Phoenix production, perhaps. But unfortunately for him, that's not the case. There's still additional Phoenix building. There's +1 air weapons on the way. These Mutalisks could be flying into a death trap, man. That's 6 Phoenix ready and loaded to go, and they are going to be able to push these Mutas away so easily. And I think Nerchio may have to start to invest into either Infestors or into Corruptors.
Yeah, White-Ra just building up those high-tech units right now, going with that Phoenix Colossus unit composition that we've seen used to such great effect. And we do have +1 weapons on the way. Oh, 2 Phoenix going down right there. White-Ra making a little bit of a miscontrol. He's going to lose 2 of those. And now Nerchio feels like he might have an opportunity to move in here. Is he going to continue to pick off these Phoenix? But just taking so much damage on those Mutalisks every time he goes in.
Yeah, Nerchio is trying to be as irritating as possible, realizing he's got to justify the cost of these expensive Mutalisks. However,
the ends justify the means.
However, he just doesn't quite have enough HP on these Mutalisks to continue attacking. A couple of them in the deep red, and if they go down, that's a pretty large hit. He's still producing Mutas and Lings Pain User. And this is like the late season 1 style that became somewhat predominant, the Muta Ling style against Protoss, but it never really became super popular because the Phoenix is such a hard counter.
Yeah, the Phoenix is an amazing counter to Mutas, and White-Ra knows this. He's going to continue to build up his Muta numbers, and he's committing all out here. Nerchio taking heavy losses, all the Zerglings going down, a ton of the Mutas going down, and that is so many minerals invested in all, minerals and gas invested in all those Mutalisks. And he just lost a ton of them, and he's virtually accomplished nothing here with these Mutas.
Ooh, nice snipe.
The Phoenix are going to be able to just overrun them at some point here, and as he builds up those Stalker numbers, his ground army is just such a force to be reckoned with here, and we always see this style from White-Ra. Players always seem to be in a position where they feel forced to take the fight to White-Ra. He's such a defensive, macro-style player, and he just waits for people to make mistakes, and it seems like they always hand it to him.
Hey, and he played the race that plays it best. The Protoss race can sit on 3 bases and stay there for almost infinity, and they can wait and build up a very large army, and once it's maxed out, it becomes the death ball that every Zerg fears and dreads so much. Now, what you've got to start asking yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is does Nerchio have enough forces to deal with that death ball when it moves out? He's only got Mutas and Lings are so fragile and flimsy. He really could use some more bulky units. He could use some Infestors in this composition so much. I think even Roaches would be somewhat helpful as well, and dear God, I hope he makes Corruptors.
I completely agree with you, and we've seen a lot of Zerg players transition into this late game Hive style where they get either Ultras and Infestors with Roaches, or they go Roach Infestor with Broodlords, and I think either of those unit compositions would be great for him right now, but he's very hard-headed in this Mutalisk composition right now, and he's going to get some of them picked off here by these Phoenixes, and he continues to take heavy losses on the Mutalisk pack, and I'm just worried that
we have a massive run by Pain User. Look at all the Lings running in. Nerchio almost committing his entire ground army into White-Ra's main and his natural. The Mutalisk also fighting the Phoenix as well. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget this is Game 4 of the Grand Finals of IPL Season 2. If Nerchio does not accomplish enough damage with this attack, he could very well lose to White-Ra, and White-Ra could possibly take the first place prize.
Well, here's the beauty of what he just did. The Lings are expendable for him right now. He kept the Mutas alive. The Mutas now over the natural. He was able to keep them alive, and he's already remaxed. So he's going with this strategy where he's going to try and just dump his Zerglings, get rid of them, and he has such a huge income right now off of his 5 bases, but White-Ra is moving out with everything, and he has a ton right here. The Lings are going to get evaporated. The Mutas are coming in trying to do some damage here, but there are so many Blink Stalkers.
I know, all these Blink Stalkers have +2 weapons as well. Look at how fast the Mutalisk evaporates, and this was the situation we were talking about before. The Colossus lasering everything down from below the natural. Nerchio throwing whatever he has left to try to hold on. This is the last game. If he loses, this is gonna be it, and White-Ra could possibly be crowned the Season 2 champion of IPL.
I don't know how Nerchio's gonna hold on here. He's trying his best. He has 28 Zerglings in production right now, trying to harass and kill as many of these Stalkers with the Mutas as he can, but I just don't think the upgrades are there. The upgraded Stalkers so good against the Mutas, and right now, White Raw just on the warpath, continuing his trail of death throughout the Zerg base. He's cleared the entire natural, he's cleared the resupply lines, and Nerchio, what's he gonna do here? His back is against the wall. He's got a knife against his throat, and I don't think he's got what it takes to pull it off.
I don't know if he's gonna leave yet, man. He realizes this is for a difference from $10,000 to $15,000. He's gonna try to stick it in for as long as possible. Can't quite get the counterattack backstab, realizing his main is starting to go down, man. And the situation continues to get bleaker and bleaker. Look at these Lings and Mutas. They're running in. They're trying to do what they can for the swarm, but they're just gonna die outright. And Nerchio with the GG smiley face.
Good game.
Good
White
game
Raw
indeed.
will be our Season 2 IPL champion. Congratulations to White Raw. Congratulations to Nerchio. Phenomenal games throughout the entire tournament. Thank you so much for giving us those beautiful games of StarCraft. And Special Tactics has won the day. We have a new champion.